Hi friends, welcome back to Liferay Workshop. So today we will see how to create finder methods in Liferay. So before starting I will just try to explain a little bit how does it work. So basically it runs around three major classes in Liferay within Service Builder. First is the entity local service util, another is entity local service IMPL, and the other one is entity persistence IMPL. So whenever we create a finder method, we there are few steps involved into it. So the first step is we have to create the corresponding entry in service.xml. Next step would be running the build service. So once we do this, the corresponding finder methods get created into persistence IMPL. Now, so generally we access the code from our portlet from entity local service util. So how to get it there basically? So we need to do few more steps. So we need to add corresponding method in local service IMPL, which will be in turn calling the method from persistence IMPL. Once we do this step, we have to again run the build service, and this will automatically generate the corresponding method into local service util, and then you can call from your portlet the corresponding methods using local service util class. So just not to be confused, that's why I have written examples like entity means whatever entity you are creating. So here it would be, since my entity is auto details, so it will be auto details local service util, auto details local service IMPL, auto details persistence. So let's start. So uh, so this is the example which basically I am running. So when uh, I submit the details of my automobile here, suppose I submit any chunk data, it goes to a page where it shows all the details for all the years 2011, 2013, 14, all the details. But suppose I want a scenario where I just want to see data for 2011 and I don't want to see any other data. So for this we have to go to the JSP, which basically is having the logic to get this data, and here we can see basically what I have used is I am just calling all the data from the service layer. Now I need a finder method which will just call the data regarding the particular year. So to do this I need to go to my service and open the service.xml. Now here I have to add the XML tag corresponding to the finder method which I want to create. So I am just adding I have created a finder tag whose name will be y_u. I mean, it can be anything. I'm just since I'm just using two inputs, user ID and year. User ID is all the same for everything, so we can even skip this if you want. And the type of return will be collection. Now this collection will be basically the collection of object of this entity, that is auto details. Now since I have created this finder method here, I have to, the second step is I have to run my build service. So for this auto detail service, I go to the Gradle task and build service. So let me just save this first and then I'll run this build service. So I have now completed the process of running this build service, and you can see in the logs it has generated few classes. I mean, it has just rewritten few classes. Basically it involves the persistence IMPL as well. So now the next step, that is we have to add these respective methods in our local service IMPL. I go to you can see there is no method corresponding to the new finder method which we have created. To add this, I have to just go to the persistence IMPL. You can see my method is created here. So I go here, I just copy everything from here. Go back, basically to my local service IMPL. Just paste this method, remove the override tag, call my corresponding method from the persistence class by writing return this dot auto details persistence dot find by method name, which I have written in my service.xml. Once I do this, I save my code and then go back again to build service and run it again. So you can see it has rewritten the code into entity local service util class. Now I go back again to my details.jsp. Before making any changes here, I have to go back to my portlet, that is this particular project, do a right click, go to Gradle and refresh Gradle project. So once I have done this, I change this method now. So now I change it to my method which I have created, find by y underscore u, then the current user ID and the year 2012. So this will allow me to see only the list of details which are here for year 2012. So let me save it and deploy my portlet again. So once it is deployed, and started, you can go back to your portlet. Just refresh it first. Let me submit some more data. If I submit it, I can just see the data which were from 2012. Let me change it again to 2011. Deploy again. Just waiting to be started. So it has started now. Let me go back. Submit some random data. And you can see here the data is only coming for year 2011. So that is the way how we can use finder methods in Liferay. So if you have any questions, you can just drop me a mail or do a comment on my YouTube video. Thank you guys. Meet you again in the next tutorial.